What exactly is on this table?
Good morning, Manis. Well, they're going to be considering whether or not they're going to keep the 9.6 million barrels a day off the market for another month or to allow some supplies to come back on. This is what was originally planned and struck in that historic deal. They just decided to extend it for another month. So this would be the tapering to cut back to some 7.7 million barrels a day. They're looking around the world. They see demand recovering, gaining some traction. So members are leaning towards the tapering, according to sources we're talking to. One also mentioned that shipping schedules are already set for August, so it's more or less locked in. Russia as well, which of course is the biggest when you look at the plus side of the group, their major oil companies are preparing to start increasing production next month. As long as they don't hear any other guidance from the energy ministry. So it does look like they're going to start this tapering. The worry, of course, is that they start to taper, the market, though, may be too fragile, and the concern is, of course, about what happens next, and that worry is another price crash.
And you talk about what's going to happen next. I'm going to ask the team, Annmarie, I know that you're on the phone. We have the 12-month rate of change in global oil demand. Yes, it's ticking up. Yes, it's getting better. But they want to avoid, I suppose, our story has it, a taper tantrum, which is they move too soon and too far and too quickly ahead of the recovery in the demand side, don't they?
Yeah, and last month at the OPEC meeting, I asked His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz via the OPEC Zoom about this central bank metaphor that they want to start adopting these tactics, clearly start modeling themselves off of how they monitor the oil market. I think this year alone, how many meetings have we had? And he also called Alan Greenspan his hero, not the first time he's shown this admiration for longtime Fed chairman. It's a balance. It's a line they need to work. They don't want this tantrum in the terms of avoiding this volatility when you start to tighten the reins. For them, it's oil production, not monetary policy. Then on one hand, they are seeing, demand recovery from lifting of lockdowns, but there's that darkening cloud when it comes to COVID-19. And this weekend alone really highlighted that. When you look in the U.S., Florida cases broke a record. The IEA on Friday, they are warning that the virus is casting a shadow. They said it's a disturbing reminder that the pandemic is not under control, and that's the risk to the market to the downside. Bob McNally says he sees global oil demand rebounding to 95.7 million barrels a day as economic activity resumes. So it is hopeful, but the risk, Manis, is certainly to the downside.